Hello race fans, welcome to Sprint Car News today as we're going to be recapping all the Wing 360 and 410 sprint car action west of the Rocky Mountains. Join us as we've got a great program and we'll kick things off here after this. This broadcast is brought to you by Meat Freaks Jerky Club. Get the best jerky the world has to offer straight to your door by visiting meatfreaksjerkyclub.com. Pick your box and plan, tell them where to ship, and receive and enjoy. Log on to meatfreaksjerky.com and use promo code SPEED. Are you looking for bookkeeping, payroll, or income tax services? Then check out the folks at For You Simple Bookkeeping. They are a licensed tax preparer throughout the entire United States. For more information, click on the link in the description. Dave's Home Supply specializes in cabinets, flooring, and countertops. Visit their website at daveshomesupply.com to look at products, services, financing, and even a free estimate. Skagit Speedway was finally able to get their 2023 season started, and 360 sprints were on the card for the opening night. Jesse Schlotfeldt out of Arlington, Washington would pick up the victory. Trey Starks finished second, Colton Heath was third, Jason Solwald and Colby Thornhill rounded up the top five. I managed to grab a word with Jesse about this huge victory at Skagit. Well, with Jesse Schlotfeldt, the winner of the season opener for the 360 sprint cars at Skagit Speedway. First of all, Jesse, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
To get a win at Skagit Speedway, I know you talked about it in the offseason, that was one of your guys' goals, and to have done it so early in 2023, just got to feel phenomenal.
Yeah, no, we've come close so many times in past years, and it's nice to get the monkey off the back so soon in the season. And yeah, now it's just we feel like we've picked up some speed since last year, and hoping to just use it to help propel us forward and later in the season.
And how'd the night go for you overall, from start to finish?
Started off pretty good. It was a pretty dusty, slow track, and tightened up a little bit from hot laps, and we were able to qualify fourth. In my heat race, the Bach was supposed to start on the outside front row, and he ended up calling it a night, so that promoted me up to the front row, and so all I had to do was just finish in the top four to make it back into the dash. So we finished second, and then pulled the one for the dash start, and I had a really bad vibration through the whole trophy dash, and we ended up spitting a huge one out at the end of the trophy dash. So luckily we were able to cross the line third, but yeah, it destroyed everything in between the crank and the rear end. We had to replace everything, so it was a group effort by our crew and other people's crew. Solwald and Mel, they came over and lended a hand, and we barely got the car ready to go. It was like probably maybe a minute spare before we were rolling out for the A main, and yeah, just by some lady luck we were able to get it out, and went and ran 30 hard laps and came out with the win.
Awesome. And again, I mean, it's a big testament to you guys' hard work. Any people or sponsors you want to thank real fast?
Oh yeah, my dad first and foremost, for just sticking by my side all these years, and keeping the racing alive and going, and Scout for all his hard work and all the time he puts in these cars. It's second to none. And Ian was he came back for the season opener, and it was nice to have him back and have him back on the car. He's always been a big help, and all my sponsors, Triple X and Ridge Runner Wings, Pacific Performance Coatings, CSB Homes, Cascadia Chiropractic. I mean, it's all their support and everything. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it without them. So yeah, those are the guys that helped me out, and can't thank them enough.
Trey Starks is the current point leader, while Jesse Schlotfeldt is second in the standings. Colton Heath, Jason Solwald, and Colby Thornhill the balance of the top five. 360s take some time off before they're back in action. Their next race will be June 10th, but this weekend, the 410s will have their first foray at Skagit. Marysville Raceway returned to racing competition for their 360 program, and yet it was another new winner in victory lane. Chase Magic out of Reading would pick up the victory. Brian McGann Jr. finished second, Koa Crane third, Shane Hopkins fourth, and Colby Weiss was the top five. Well, Chase Magic getting a big win at Marysville Raceway. It's been quite a competitive place this year with all sorts of different winners. Watching your race, you really ran good, and you were able to, you and Brian McGann Jr., it looked like you guys were going to have a battle, but you just stayed focused and was able to take care of business.
Yeah, it was, this year they've actually had a pretty good car count, and they've done a pretty good job with the track, giving us a track to get pretty racy on, and that's, I think McGann Jr., yeah, he's running points there, and he's been running real solid all year. We started, was it second row outside behind him? He started front row outside, and how he's been running this year, I knew that I had to get in front of him the first chance I can get, and we got lucky on the start. He started front row outside and got spinning a little bit on the start, and was able to sneak by him there on the first lap, and I knew that I had to step on and keep after it because he was going to be on my tail the whole race. There was a couple times he gave me a run for my money, but through lap traffic and stuff, I think we got through it just a little bit better than he did. And, yeah, got the first win of the year, our second race out with old Mark Moore.
I was going to say, how's that partnership been going so far?
It's good. It's good. That was our second race together. He called me up a couple weeks ago, asked if I'd be willing to come drive it for him. I said, heck yeah, we'll go have some fun. And what do we got? We got a third the first race and win the second race. So it's been pretty fun.
That's awesome. And what is your guys' plans for 2023? Anything solid or just whatever comes up?
Yeah, right now we're actually going to run Marysville again this weekend. Get ready for the, I believe SCCT is going there here in about 2 weeks. So he wants to run that. So we're going to run again this weekend and fine-tune our stuff to go run that. And then after that, I'm not really too sure. He's talking about maybe running a couple races at Silver Dollar once they get some in, and just run here and there.
Awesome. Any other people you want to thank or any other sponsors?
Got to give a huge shout out to Mark Moore. You know, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be running this season. I took about halfway through last year, I decided to kind of step away from racing and really focus on myself for a little while, and haven't really been hitting too many people up. And when he called me, I thought it was a perfect opportunity to just kind of go back and have some fun, not really too much stress, and just get back in the seats. So I got to thank Mark Moore. Got to give a huge shout out to him, and then of course my grandpa and my dad for always believing in me.
Brian McGann Jr. continues to be the point leader, while Dawson and Carson Hamas is second and third, Koa Crane fourth, and Billy Wallace is P5. Next race for the 360 sprints at Marysville will be this Saturday, May 20th. The NARC 410 Sprint Series opened up the Peter Murphy Classic weekend with Corey Day picking up a huge victory, his third of 2023 with the series over James McFadden. Dominic Scelzi was third, Shane Golubic fourth, and Colby Copeland was the top five on night number one. And here's Corey Day getting a word with Stu McCarthy. This audio is courtesy of Flow Racing.
So the crown goes on for Corey. We'll slip in here. Normally we do the 3 trophies, but just time, we need to get the next race out. Hey, mate. That was one fast hot rod out there just then.
Yeah, we were really good there. Hats off to my guys. We had to do a motor change after hot laps there, and they never gave up and just kept pushing through. And man, yeah, that was one of the best cars I've had here. You know, to start 7th and come through a field like that, you know, being an outlaw is really cool too. So big hats off to my guys, Stefan, HP, Kenny, Preston, Mason, my mom, my dad, Durst, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Factory Kane, Ticket Haas, All-Star Performance, just everyone on 14 that's helping us out.
How technical was it on the bottom, but how hard was it on the top running that cushion?
Yeah, it was definitely technical on the bottom. It was still greasy, and you know, you had probably half a tire width to be able to hold yourself down there. And you know, if you're too low, you're in the grease, and if you're too high, you missed it. So it was definitely technical. I slipped out of 4 there with a couple to go, and I thought that was going to give it away, but it didn't. And yeah, just huge thanks to my guys and everyone else that's on the 14. And really cool to win this. And you know, the race is in Peter's name. He's a bigger part of my career than most people know, and just super appreciative of him and happy to race for him.
Tomorrow night's the big one, though.
That's right.
We'll change together, ladies and gentlemen, for Corey Day.
For night number 2, Dominic Scelzi would pick up the win, his second victory of the 2023 season with the NARC 410 series, and his third straight Peter Murphy Classic victory. Dominic Selzy would win it. Corey Day finished second. James McFadden third. Justin Sanders fourth. And Shane Golubic was the top 5. And here's Dominic with Stu in victory lane.
There's a real hot rumour that this race needs to be renamed. It's now the Dominic Selzy Classic.
You know what? Wow. 3 in a row, that's pretty special. Shit, I'm going to get emotional. So Peter helped me out in 2014 and 2015, and when he started helping me out, I was to the point where I wanted to quit, and I was pretty certain I was going to quit, actually, and he talked me out of it, and I love you. He said, well, let's just keep going. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You suck worse. And so we started going to the races, and I was working for him at the time. I just moved out of my parents' house, and I was making about $500 a week scrubbing toilets at pro signs and doing whatever. I didn't even know that front arms were different lengths at that time. He taught me so much, and I actually broke my back at his race in 2015, and it was like a race that plagued me. I always wanted to win it for Peter, and it just never worked out. And then like 2021, we couldn't lose, and we won all 4 features. Thank God I'm still the only guy to do that. Damn, Corey, you had me worried. But we were really, really good there. And then last year we came and we were strong in the 360s and we won both 410s. And then last night I felt like I knew what we needed to be a little bit better, but I really, truly didn't know what it was going to take to win. You know, I mean, Corey, the kid's so talented, and he's only getting better, and he's got a great group of guys around him. But the old guy's not done yet, and I'm trying to steal as many of these as I can while I'm still doing it. And you know, I'm a dad of 2 now, and just life has changed, and my relationship with Peter from when I met him to now has evolved and changed. And this race means to me it's more than like an outlaw win or the Trophy Cup or the Dirt Cup or anything like that. And I've been very lucky to win a lot of cool races in my life, but these Peter Murphy Classic trophies, they have a special spot in our shop, and hell yeah, we're adding another one to it. How about it?
Yeah, very, very cool. I want to ask you, over the 2 nights, that racetrack to me looked like it was badass for you race car drivers.
Yeah, nah, mate, it was good as. I actually felt like I was at Parramatta for a second, like moved up to the top and I was driving it off the back straightaway and then jumping back on into 3, and it was so slick, I didn't really know where I needed to be. The first couple laps I felt like it was a good pace, and then the 57 got me on a start, and I searched around and I got back. I drove back by him, and I was like, well, we got to be pretty good if we're getting by the 57. And then as I watched the laps drop, I noticed I was struggling off of 2, like it was pretty slick down off of 2, and I'm like, shit, what do I do now? And I kept searching through 3 and 4, and then once I moved to the bottom, I think I got in the lap traffic, and Stidham like went to the top, and I went to the bottom, and I was like, oh shit, that's where everyone else is at. So thanks Craig for that. I moved down, and then I tried my hardest not to move, and then there late in the race, I started just bombing the middle like I did in the 360 race, and by the grace of God, we ended up on top of the podium. My girls are asleep at home, but G, Stelly, I love you, Nicole, Frank, Josie, Mom, Dad, I think my whole family came tonight, so that's pretty cool. And how about all you fans? Like, you guys, I could hear you guys in the, give it up for the fans for a second. I can hear you guys on the pole shuffle. I could hear you guys screaming and see you guys. And that's what fuels me. You know, anymore, a cold beer and a sandwich is kind of what gets me through my day. So to see you guys really pump me up, and I'm going to enjoy this one.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Corey Day remains the point leader for the NARC 410 Sprint Series, while Dominic Selzy is a close second. Justin Sanders third, Shane Golubic fourth, and Justin Cox is the top 5. Their next race is this Saturday, May 20th at Petaluma Speedway, and that is where we are going to continue with the preview portion of this edition of Inside NARC. We'll kick things off with Petaluma Speedway promoter Rick Faith. Also in competition on Friday night at the Peter Murphy Classic at King Speedway was the Kings of Thunder 360s. It was a late edition added, but they attracted a really good car count, and Corey Day and his family car would win the 360 portion of the program. Shane Golubic was P2, Justin Sanders, Dominic Selzy, and Chase Johnson were the top 5. And here's Corey Day with Stu McCarthy.
Put your hands together once again, ladies and gentlemen, for Corey Day. He takes out the 360. You know the procedure, my friend? hat on a hat. It's always a good look. Got to be happy with that. 2 from 2.
Yeah, definitely. This one means a lot. This is a family car. Dad sets it up, and Stefan and Brandon work on it. So this one means a lot. It's really cool. We haven't won in this one since July last year, and just built it this week. So good win, for my mom and dad. So I got to thank them. Bryce Stage Line, All-Star Performance, Garlock. Just everyone that's on the family car and that's helping us out. This is probably only weekend or one of the only weekends that we'll pull it out this year. So cool to get a win in it.
Can you learn so much from the first feature race to be able to transfer it into the 360?
Yeah, definitely. I knew that the bottom was coming in really good there in the 410 race, and that with a 305 race they'd probably run around the bottom, and I knew that the bottom would be really good in that one. And 360 doesn't have as much power as 410, so you can really get momentum around the top in the 410. You can't in a 360. So I knew that one would be one around the bottom. It was just a matter of who had the car to stick it and who could get through lap traffic good enough.
Congratulations, mate. We look forward to seeing what you can do tomorrow night.
Thank you. Thank you to all you fans for staying for this. Thanks for coming on Friday night. We all appreciate it.
Night 2 of the Peter Murphy Classic had the Sprint Car Challenge Tour on the card. Corey Day would again pick up the victory. Justin Sanders second. Mitchell Facento ended up P3. Kyle Hurst in a rare cameo was fourth. And Justin Cox was the top 5. Stu grabbed a word with Corey.
We'll jump in here and wait for Peter Murphy to come forward. 3 from 3, 1 to go.
Yeah, this next one's going to be a little more difficult, but hats off to my dad and Stefan and Brandon for getting that thing on rails this weekend. That was probably one of the best races I've ran here. Lap traffic wise, and just not breaking my momentum at all. So big hats off to them. It's I wouldn't call it a 50-50, but you can have a really good driver in a bad car, and it's hard to keep up with the car. But when the car's good, it definitely makes your job easier.
You said last night it meant a lot to you to get the 360 win with the family car. Does this mean more this second win tonight?
Yeah, it definitely means more. Just goes to show that, you win 2 nights in a row. The first one wasn't a flake. So, big thank you to Garlock, All-Star Performance, Phil Durst, my mom, my dad, of course, Price Stage Line, everyone on this thing, and we'll try and go get another one here in a couple minutes.
All the best.
Currently top 10 in points with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour. Justin Sanders and Corey Day first and second. Justin Cox third. Ryan Burnell is fourth. And Shane Golobic the top 5. The next race for the series will be May 27th at Marysville Raceway. And just like that, race fans, that will do it for this edition of Sprint Car News Today. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon.